Jordan here from Cultaholic.com. Delighted to be joined by Trent and Tyler Bate here in...
I just smashed that.
Not the mic.
Do you want to start again?
No, that's fine.
Sure, I'm so sorry.
We'll keep going. Okay. We'll rip it off. It's absolutely fine.
We'll
here
use
in
it.
London. Now you're caressing the mic.
Treat the mic with love and passion.
Is this the sign of a long morning?
It's probably the sign of a long set of TV tapings. That's what it might be.
How were the recent TV tapings?
Good. Really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I for one, I really love being in there. The BT Sports Studios is so perfect for it. And, you know, we're just going to hopefully be counting down those days until we can fill those gaps with lovely, lovely fans.
Yeah, get some fans back.
I wanted to ask about the BT Sports Studio because it's such a fantastic setup they have over there. They've been able to give you guys in the last few months. What's that been like compared to, say, a more traditional wrestling environment?
Oh, good shout. I think it's a little, you know, there's a lot to be said for, you know, the way we came up in like the independents and just having those little rough around the edges venues where, you know, sometimes you'd be getting changed in like a caretaker's office or the corner of a spare dusty room full of gym mats. But to have the facilities that they've got there, you know, we all have our own changing rooms and stuff, and I feel like Gary Lineker when I walk in there, and I'm just like names on the door and stuff. It's very, very cool. It's a very... you know, I feel very privileged to be able, you know, to kind of perform in that, and it helps with your performance. You know, that kind of stuff. It's one little thing that settles your nerves a little bit, makes you feel a bit more comfortable when you get there.
Yeah, really good environment.
Yeah,
it looks like the sort of environment that works great without fans, but you can see it having a couple of thousand people packed in there as well. That must be a really exciting thought for you, though.
Yeah.
There's actually been, I think they had an MMA show there, didn't they? I think
they've definitely done the boxing.
They did MMA, and the boxing's been in there as well. I know they had fans for that, so it's just a matter of time now. You know, we've waited long enough. You know, we can wait until until the time is right, until we can do it in the safest possible way. And when we do, we're going to smash it, man. It's going to be unreal, man.
We're all going to cry. Everybody's going to cry.
There's just no way I'm going to be able to hold back the tears. I'm just going to, you know, that first day of giving that little one sweet to that kid on the corner of the entranceway. It's going to be cool.
We've seen a taste of it with WrestleMania in April with 25,000 fans each night there. Even though, you know, that's not showing you performing, was that emotional in itself?
It was. I felt when you actually watched it live and they had the hurricane, tornado delays and all that kind of stuff, and the weather was playing against it, it was just like, oh my god, it had to happen like that.
Yeah.
When was this?
For WrestleMania. So like the whole thing got delayed by like an hour for like a tornado warning. It was like, oh my god, imagine if WrestleMania doesn't happen. But I feel like that's the point of wrestling. It's that drama, and the year that we've gone through, the 18 months that we've gone through, and everyone's gone through their own subjective experience of how rubbish, you know, it's been, and how hard you've had to, you know, look inside yourself. And
the power of love for wrestling always prevails.
It does.
It always will.
It was a very emotional weekend for everyone, I think, and it's been such a, you know, talking about it, it's been a mad year. How's it been for you guys personally, being here in the UK, experiencing what we've all experienced? And
the winter lockdown was definitely tougher.
Yeah, I suppose for me, I've just tried my best at maximising the time outside of wrestling that I had that I otherwise didn't have before, because just wrestling schedules being really busy. So I learned how to play the piano. Just gaining a new skill. It feels like an investment in fun. But,
the piano's a beautiful instrument. Yeah. Any songs you could play off that?
Yeah, I could do a few like early grade jazz pieces. So
you can play a couple of Beatles tracks all the way through.
Yeah, I can do the chords of them and stuff.
You play an instrument?
No, but I'm a very, very avid golfer. And that's another layer of why the winter lockdown was so bad, because he shut the golf courses as well, didn't they? So that was a little bit rough, you know, smashing balls into a sheet hanging over your washing line in your garden in -1 degrees. There's just no way to play golf. It's no fun. But yeah, golf, you know, I love the game. I love everything about it. The fact it is just you out there, no matter if you're in a 4-ball or a 2-ball or whatever, it's still you out there. It's still you looking down at that tiny little white ball and trying to somehow mechanically swing your entire body and a long stick with a heavy end on it. And all of their sticks have different types of ends on it to make them go further. But then you could be in the middle of a divot or you could be in deep rough. You don't know how soft the turf is underneath. And then a crow flies past you as you're about to do your backswing, and then the wind starts picking up. There's just so many facets of the game that you have to think about, and it's a powerful mental game. Do you know what I mean? And I think being able to just kind of like delve into that and just concentrate on that kind of thing. I think it's helped me out mentally a lot. Do you know what I mean? I think one of the things I've always struggled with is not being able to communicate and not being able to see people's faces and talk to them and make them laugh or cheer them up, or and obviously with the way the world's been over the course of the last 18 months, I've missed that the most. But yeah, so I kind of delved into golf, and Tyler delved into the piano, and
yeah. I just
you got to make the most of what you've got, and we haven't really had a lot to be able to do, so you've got to kind of find it. And everyone's experience is their own. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has their own very unique experience of the world anyway. And the last 8 months, this has been very, very trying for everyone. But the one thing I can guarantee is that it will be back, and the one thing I can guarantee and sit here and say is there will be fans back. And the one thing that we can guarantee is that they will be entertained to the highest level they ever have when they see Moustache Mountain.
Yeah.
I've got to try and keep it on the wrestling point now, but I really want to talk to you about golf because I love golf.
Please
and I could talk to you about the piano all day as well, because I also play the piano.
Awesome.
So that's incredible to hear from both of you.
Cool.
Going back to the wrestling side of things slightly, I don't want to keep going over old ground with the pandemic, but it has been such a big part of the world in the last year. What's that transition been like for both of you, going from wrestling in front of crowds essentially to then no one's around for these matches?
Yeah, so for me, pro wrestling now is more exposed than ever. Like, you can't afford to...
There's no reliance on any external factors.
Yeah.
The crowd.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of just perfecting your craft.
Yeah. You said it earlier, didn't you? You said there'll always be wrestling.
Yeah. I was saying...
You can't take the wrestling out of the environment because there's no wrestling, but you can take the fans, which we've been robbed of that.
Yeah, because we don't rise to the level of our hopes, we fall to the level of our training. So that's why.
It's like you've had, as performers, you've had to look into not the performance, the basis of our industry is wrestling.
Yeah. The wrestling is the one thing that stays timelessly true in the art of wrestling. It's that simple. It's just,
isn't it?
It will hold up forever.
And when you watch NXT UK, Belter Bell, it's probably the best. It's the best profession. In my opinion, Belter Bell is the best wrestling product.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next question, because for whatever my opinion's worth, I also agree that NXT UK consistently puts on the best wrestling show every single week. So to hear you guys agree with that sentiment tells me I'm looking at things the right way.
Oh, well, okay, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you have again, very basic question, do you have a particular standout match from NXT UK specifically that you both look at, for both of you, and go, that's my favourite?
From recent times, the final of the Heritage Cup with A-Kid. I knew I was in there with a kid that was trying to make a name for himself, and it felt like that. Do you know what I mean? Every single kick felt like it was in the back of my spine rather than the front of my chest. You know what I mean? Everything felt deeper, and everything. We really had to dig deep. And like I say, not having the fans there, it's so much more pugilistic. It's so much more looking directly across the ring at that person that you're competing against, and forcing yourself into constantly moving and constantly trying to get everything out of the combat side of professional wrestling. And I felt that one for a few weeks. It affected my golf swing, let's put it that way.
I guess I've got a few. The obvious one's always the Pete Dunne Chicago one. The Royal Albert Hall when we won the tag titles. I felt like the match I had with Walter at Cardiff Takeover was that felt like another milestone level match. To me, it's just about like I'm just trying to like have the most. Well, just do the most fun. Yeah, I want wrestling to be better off for my contribution to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very noble way to look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is definitely the way we think. Like we've always had that mentality of leaving ego at the door, you know, because I feel like for us to have that attitude of like us succeeding will never ever make professional wrestling better.
You'll be
when you're
quenching your thirst with salty water, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all about the wrestling again. Like,
we got given such an incredible opportunity to branch this WWE UK to then create NXT UK. And we're so incredibly proud of having that opportunity, and we're incredibly confident and not arrogant, but confident in our own abilities that we were the ones that forged that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think without us it would be the same. In fact, I know it wouldn't be the same. But the main reason for that is the way we want to leave our mark on wrestling is that wrestling is just consistently better for us being in it.
Just getting the intention
and
right.
Just giving the fans
when the
the best experience of wrestling they possibly can get.
Yeah. When the intention's right, everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
I could sit and talk to you all day. I know you're absolutely pressed for time, so I really thank you for your time.
Awesome.
One final question, because I know you've worked together for a very long time. How proud are you of each other?
Oh, immensely.
Yeah.
Immensely. That's such a lovely question.
I feel like we've sort of made each other, like, both on our paths individually, like, helped each other become what we are.
Yeah.
And I feel like arguably the most important role in the becoming process.
Yeah. I think I'm better off for being with Tyler. Do you know what I mean? And I hope I know he feels the same way, because we are what you see out there, in the performance side of it and the poses and everything like that. Yeah, it's entertainment, but this is real. Like, you
don't have to convince people of real.
Yeah, I'm not having to trick people into thinking that we're a tag team or that we've known each other for this long. We do, and we will forever be best friends. Do you know what I mean? And this is the chance that we get to give the fans like our love of professional wrestling
from the inside out.
Yeah,
that's how I like to think of it.
Brilliant. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers.
It's lovely jubbling.